In this video, I'm sharing with you a week of regular real life meals in my regular real life household. I'm Mindy. I have been a homemaker for almost 20 years now. My husband and I have 3 teenage children. And in this season of life, dinner time comes with its own unique set of challenges. Things don't always go as planned, which you will see in this video. The chicken is cooked, y'all. Like I said, I am keeping it real. Even when unexpected things happen, we just try to roll with the punches and maintain a calm, non-anxious household as much as possible. Hello, it is Monday. It is already 4 o'clock on Monday, and I'm just kind of figuring out a dinner plan. So if you find yourself in the afternoon or evening without a dinner plan, you're not alone. We'll be okay. We'll come up with something. I am between activities right now. I substitute taught at my kids' school for just a few hours today. When I taught like a non-traditional class. I taught choir, I taught music. So I have been thinking about like getting on the sub list there just for those classes that are kind of hard to find subs for, like choir and PE and drama and art. I'm looking for the soy sauce. I found some. I clearly need more to do. So I'm going to substitute teach them. But seriously, like sometimes it can be hard to find subs for those classes because they just don't function like regular classes, like a math class or an English class where everybody sits, you know, in like a row of desks and has book work and stuff. I can handle like larger classes, have experience with that kind of thing. So I'm just trying to be helpful where I can be. And anyway, I did that for a couple hours and now I am home for just a few minutes before I get McKenna to a basketball game. So what I'm gonna do is get a few of these chicken breasts marinating. I'm just using like a ready-made marinade. I get these ones from Kevin's at Thrive Market. I put a little bit of soy sauce in it too. It's not gonna have long to marinate, so I wanted something kind of salty to help get it, you know, like flavorful a little bit quicker. And my husband said that he would throw these on the grill for me later along with those smoked salmon fillets that I picked up at the grocery store yesterday. I picked them up at Sam's. So I'm gonna get these marinating and in the fridge and he'll throw those on the grill and then I'll figure out what we can make to go along with it when I get over in the basketball game. Okay, I'm in the pantry trying to figure out what to make to go with the chicken and the fish tonight. My husband is already working on that on the grill. And I think we're just gonna take the easy route and do some boxed mac and cheese. These are 2 different brands, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. And then I think I'm just going to steam some veggies, like pull some veggies out of the freezer, do some steam in the bag veggies, some broccoli or something like that. And that'll be dinner tonight. It is Tuesday. I'm working on a video edit and everybody's out of the house right now at various and sundry activities, but I told myself I would stop at 4:30 and make a dinner plan. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna make, but I do know that it's probably gonna be some kind of soup with the chicken that I have left over from my package that I opened yesterday for the grilled chicken. That was a big package, so I had like several chicken breasts that I didn't use last night that I just kept. And I do know that I'm gonna have to cook it on the stove because I didn't get it started early enough to use the crock pot. So I think what I'll do is just drop these into my Dutch oven on the stove with some water and bouillon and seasonings and get these cooking so that the chicken is cooked, and then we'll figure out what kind of soup to make here in a bit. You are not gonna believe this, or maybe you will because this is real life and I'm always talking about real life, but I can't believe I did this. All of the water boiled off my pot of chicken. I probably had like 1.5 quarts, 2 quarts of water in this pot. I can't believe that and I've been cooking it for about 45 minutes or so. I've made chicken and chicken broth this way for soup so many times. I've never done that before. Oh man. Honestly, I'm more worried about my pot right now than I am about dinner. I mean, this is like a Dutch oven. I've been using this for years and years, but I really hope I can salvage that. I don't know. It's definitely cooked. And here I am trying to create calm, non-anxious Christmas content for you guys. And I'm burning the dinner. I mean, it has been a long time since I have burned something, especially burned it like not salvageable, but happens to all of us, okay? Even people who make cooking content on YouTube for a living. Okay, so I just ordered a pizza. Daniel is at McKenna's basketball game. They are going to be on their way home in a few minutes. So I'm just going to have him pick up some pizza, and I am going to see if I can scrounge up like some vegetables, maybe just do some more steam in the bag veggies tonight, and it'll be fine. Everybody's going to get fed. We'll still be together for the rest of the evening. It'll all be okay. There they are. It's the dinner heroes. It's the dinner heroes.
Something?
I did. My dinner hero. Dinner tonight. And a yummy treat. There's your cheese pizza, McKenna, that you have to have.
Yeah, I love cheese pizza.
I know.
A lovely cheese pizza just for me.
And here's for the rest of us sane people, the stuffed crust pizza that you claim not to like.
You're insane. I'm not insane.
So as you saw, last night's dinner did not go as planned. Yay, she lives. She lives to cook another day. I watched some videos with some helpful tips about cleaning my cast iron pot, my enameled cast iron pot, so she'll be ready to cook again. Today's video is sponsored by Trade Coffee, and coffee is part of my routine all year long. But at Christmas time, when I'm trying to tame a little extra chaos, it's nice to know I can count on my coffee cup always being filled with coffee made from high quality beans that Trade will ship right to my doorstep. Plus, they're offering a fantastic discount on gift subscriptions right now, so if you have a coffee lover on your gift list, you're gonna wanna hear about this, trust me. I just got a new bag of coffee from my Trade subscription. I pay a flat fee and they send me a new bag of beans from some of the top roasters around the country every 2 weeks. Man, I can actually smell that. It smells so good. One of the things I love about Trade is that they aren't really trying to sell you their own coffee. They're connecting you with some of the top roasters around the country, many of them small businesses. And they've spent over a decade building relationships with these roasters and curating the coffees that they offer so that you'll get access to high quality coffees you won't find anywhere else. One of the cool things about a Trade subscription that makes it so personalized is that you take a little quiz when you sign up so that they can match your coffees to you according to your preferences. Every bag is picked to match your exact taste and roasted to order by local roasters around the country right before they ship it to your doorstep. So it's more than just a single bag of coffee on Christmas Day.
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
Right now, Trade is offering 25% off their gift subscriptions at drinktrade.com/cmindymom and also 20% off gift sets. Again, that's 25% off gift subscriptions at drinktrade.com/cmindymom. So it is a great time to go and snag yourself a gift subscription for the coffee lover in your life. Or maybe one for yourself if you're the coffee lover in your life. Again, you can snag those deals at drinktrade.com/cmindymom. And thank you again to Trade Coffee for sponsoring today's video. I just walked in the door from running the first round of the mom shuttle, and I already have dinner going in the crock pot tonight. My oldest daughter requested spaghetti this week, and I am very grateful for my slow cooker with a saute function because I need to be out of the house this evening. I have a choir rehearsal. I'm singing with a choir for a Christmas program in a few weeks, so I wanted to be able to make the spaghetti sauce ahead of time and keep it warm. I know there are lots of different ways you can make spaghetti sauce, and honestly, I'm not even sure they have like one tried and true way. Sometimes I'll use canned tomatoes, sometimes I've used fresh tomatoes, sometimes I've used like already diced up tomatoes or tomato sauce. Today I'm using whole tomatoes because it's gonna simmer for a while and I know they'll break down in the sauce. But I usually do make my own spaghetti seasoning. I'll pop up a picture right here of my particular recipe. You can take it or leave it. You can change it if you want. One thing that I usually add to my seasonings when I'm trying to mimic a packet seasoning, like taco seasoning or spaghetti seasoning, is cornstarch. Sometimes that comes as a surprise to some people that that's in like some of my seasoning mixes. Once I mix that up, I usually use a couple tablespoons of that, depending on the size of the batch of spaghetti sauce I'm making. So I just added that to the slow cooker after I browned my ground beef with a little bit of minced garlic, some canned tomatoes, a big 28-ounce can, a few tablespoons of tomato paste, a little bit of water, about half a cup or so. And I also like to add a Parmesan rind if I have them. When I use those Parmesan wedges in my cooking, I will save the rinds once we've kind of shredded it down to the end. I'll throw them in a little baggie in the freezer, and I can throw them into my soups and into sauces like this. It adds a little bit of flavor. And this already smells so amazing. It's been simmering for a couple hours on high in the slow cooker. I'm probably gonna go ahead and turn it down to low. I could smell it when we walked in the door. I was gonna roast the spaghetti squash tonight, but I think I'm just gonna save it for something next week and just make regular spaghetti. I mean, I usually just make the spaghetti squash for me and my husband. He won't be here for dinner tonight, and that is a really large spaghetti squash. So I think that we'll all just eat just the standard spaghetti, and I'll scrounge up some green beans or something to go along with this, and that will be dinner tonight. Tonight, I am cooking up this beast of a chicken pot pie that I picked up at Sam's. I mean, this is 5.39 pounds, almost 5.5 pounds of delicious chicken pot pie that I did not have to make. It cost me $20.37. I've got my oven preheating to 375 per the directions. And in the meantime, I will take this out of the plastic case and set it onto a cookie sheet. Trust me, you want to put this on a cookie sheet before you put it into the oven. Even though it is in its own little pie plate thing, I have found that these things bubble over when they cook. I had to run into the store for some ingredients for a different video that I'm working on, so I picked up just a bag salad. We do still have some veggies in the house, like some frozen veggies and canned veggies, but those weren't sounding as good to me as just like bag salad, Caesar salad kit. So that's what we'll have along with this chicken pot pie tonight. And I was kind of curious if I took the semi-homemade route at home and like just picked up some ingredients and made something instead of picking one up already made at Sam's, like what it would cost. And because of the size of this pie, I really think I would have to double a recipe. So after I put 2 pie crusts, 2 packages of peas and carrots, 1 rotisserie chicken, and 2 cans of cream of chicken soup into my Walmart app, it comes out to almost $16, $15.87 before tax. So I definitely think it is worth a few extra bucks to have somebody else make it for me. And yes, I know that I could probably make it from scratch for even cheaper and it would be better. This one's not too shabby though. I definitely think this is way better than like the frozen ones. Leave me a comment down below. Have you tried the chicken pot pies from Sam's? What do you think? I really feel like this might be good coming into the holidays too if you're entertaining. Like you could just pick up a couple of these for one of those nights when you've got extra people in the house. I don't know, just a thought. It is Friday. Yay, we made it. And we actually don't have anything going on tonight taking us out of the house. In fact, you can probably hear children in the background. However, everybody has something in the morning that requires us to wake up early. Brick has a swim meet, and McKenna has a basketball game, and Ruthie has second round all-state auditions for band. So we are looking forward to a quiet evening at home and probably an early bedtime for everybody. I decided just to peruse the freezer and the pantry and see what I could come up with that I could just throw into the crock pot for some kind of soup or chili tonight, which I know is a common occurrence in the winter, but soup or chili or stew is just one of those things that is so versatile because there's so many different ways you can make it, so many different proteins you can use, so many different pantry ingredients or veggies you have hanging out in your fridge. So I found a rather large chicken breast in the freezer that I put in the crock pot. And for my pantry, I found some hominy and some beans, and also I was delighted to find a can of like green enchilada sauce and a packet of ranch seasoning, which I find to be just a good go-to seasoning for lots of different meals when I don't want to throw one together myself. I threw all of that into the slow cooker with a little bit of chili powder and cumin, like maybe a tablespoon of chili powder and a teaspoon of cumin, a little bit of water, and it cooked on high for about 3 hours. And I just took the lid off and shred up the chicken and added half a block, 4 ounces of cream cheese. And now I am working on just some Jiffy cornbread. I added just a handful of cheese to the batter. I'm gonna bake this up, and once the cream cheese has had a chance to melt, I'm gonna stir that into the soup, and then it'll be ready to serve with chips and cheese and cornbread and that'll be dinner tonight. Thank you so much for watching. If you are catching this video in December, I'm putting out extra content. So if you missed this video, check it out. Or YouTube thinks you might want to watch this one.